What if Deku had Salem's powers? Chapter 9. I use you. You use me. The obstacle race had now come to an end and the students were waiting for the next round to be announced. During the wait, Bakugo had gotten his arm healed. The obstacle race is now over. Only the top 42 will advance to the next round, Midnight said. So, the first event was to just weed out the weak, Salem said. That's how all sports festivals start. It's their way to get the other course students out of the way of the hero course. It's kind of cruel, there are 20 students in each hero course, meaning 40 students in total. So, the last two places are pity spots for the other students, Izuku said. That is cruel. For a school about opportunity, it really does squander people, Salem said. That's how the world works. The strong take what they want, leaving the weak to fight over the scraps, Izuku said. Salem smiled to herself. Good. Very good. You are coming along swimmingly, Salem thought. Let's see what we have in store for you next. Prepare yourself for this. A cavalry battle, Midnight announced. A cavalry battle? You mean with real horses? Salem asked. Don't be silly, Salem, we're not going to be riding any horses, Izuku said. Salem's cheeks went red with embarrassment. It's a team event, which forces us to work with people we were just fighting in the first event, Izuku said. I see, Salem said. Let me explain. The participants can form teams of 2 to 4 people as they wish. It's basically the same as a regular cavalry battle, but the one thing that's different is based on the results of the last game. Each person has been assigned a point value. And the points assigned go up by 5 starting from the bottom. But for the person who achieved first place, their point value is 10 million, Midnight said. Izuku now felt all eyes on him. 10 million, huh? I feel so popular now, Izuku said. You have 15 minutes to build your team starting now, Midnight announced. The students quickly began to form crowds around those who had placed high in the first event, except for Izuku. Oh man, this is middle school all over again, Izuku said. So, what's your plan for this event? Who are you going to team with? Salem asked. Considering my performance in the first event, I expected some people who would have wanted to team up with me, Izuku said. You thought wrong then, Salem said. I wouldn't have teamed up with them anyways, Izuku said. Why? Salem asked. Because half of the hero course wants to take class 1am down thanks to Bakugo. So anyone from class 1b could want to sabotage me to prevent me from moving on to the final round, Izuku said. I see. Then who do you plan to team up with? The remaining 22 students, Salem asked. Due to the 10 million points value on my back, I would like to keep my team as small as possible. That way I can use my powers at full capacity. I also need someone who I can trust that won't sabotage me. I need someone who has the will and drive to make it to the finals. Do you have anyone in mind? Salem asked. I do, Izuku said. Uraraka then walked up to Izuku. Hey Izuku. Let's, Uraraka said. Izuku walked off midway through her sentence. Team up, Uraraka said. There was one person that fit the criteria that Izuku was looking for. They had the will and the drive to move on to the final event. Hey purple hair, Izuku said. Shinso said. Let's team up, Izuku said. What? Shinso said. The 15 minutes the students had been given were now up. Now then, it's about time to get started, Midnight said. Izuku and Shinso had formed a team together. Shinso was the rider and Izuku was the horse. You better keep your promise, Shinso said. I never break a promise, Izuku said. Let's get this party started. The cavalry battle begins in 3, 2, 1 begin. Present mic announced. Immediately Izuku's team was being rushed down by several other teams. As I thought. Like moths to a flame, Izuku said. Black goo then began to pour out for Izuku's feet. covering about a third of the arena. Several Grim began to emerge from the pool of goop. All the teams that had been rushing them stopped at the edge of the goo. It appears that Team Shinso has elected to go for the turtle strategy. But will it work out for them? Present Mike asked. Before the Cavalry battle had started, Ahuku had just finished explaining why he wanted Shinso on his team and had explained his strategy for the Cavalry battle. So, you want me on your team because you can trust I won't sabotage you? Shinso asked. Yep. You want to get into the hero course. That means going as far as you can in sports festival. I use you, and you use me, Ahuku said. But can you guarantee that we'll keep the 10 million and move on? Shinso asked. I can, Ahuku said. I'm going to need a bit more, Shinso said. If we do fail to move on to the final round, then I'll drop out of the hero course, Ahuku said. Back to the present. I wouldn't come any closer if I were you, unless you want to lose, Ahuku said. Screw this. Get the others, a boy said. A team made of Class 1B then attacked a team of 1B girls. The rider of the girls' team enlarged her hand to block them. Turning on us already. Rude, the girl said. The girl swiped their headband. Let's move it, girls, the girl said. However, the girl in front didn't move. Rico, the girl questioned. Spooky, Rico said. Rico. We need to move, the girl yelled. Oh, sorry, Kendo, Rico said. The team then moved away. Things seem to be going well. But are you sure you can keep this up? Shinso asked. I'm not even breaking a sweat. This is nothing. You have nothing to worry about, Ahuku said. Deku then heard an explosion. Deku, you bastard. You're gonna pay for breaking my arm, Bakugo yelled, flying high up into the air. No, you're not, Ahuku said. Ahuku then used wind magic to push Bakugo away, forcing his team to catch him. Bakugo was about to fly at Ahuku again when another team stole their headband, forcing them to shift their focus to getting it back. Meanwhile, Shoto had learned from his mistake from the obstacle race and so decided to ignore Ahuku for now. Instead, he decided that they would go after the other team's headbands. Now, Tenya. Forward, Shoto said. Right, Tenya said. Yaoyorozu. Be ready to protect us, Shoto said. On it, Yaoyorozu said. Kaminari, Shoto said. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I hope you mad something strong, Yaoyorozu. Indiscriminate shock, 1.3 million volts, Kaminari said. Shoto cover his team with an insulated blanket Momo had created whilst Kaminari shocked the other teams. Afterwards, Shot used a staff Momo had created to freeze the ground and trap the other team's feet in the ice. It's time to make our move, Shoto said. Shoto's team then moved in to grab the headbands, but suddenly a Borbatus came rolling in, shaming up the ice. Shoto looked towards Ahuku, and saw him smiling. Ahuku, Shoto said. It appears that no one is willing to attack Team Shinso's iron defense. Seems like first place has already been decided. Pretty boring if you ask me, Present Mike said. There will be times in their careers where they go up against someone who is significantly more powerful than they are. The logical choice is to fight the battles they can win. But don't think you can always do that. If you're aiming for the top, you can't make that choice, Aizawa said. That's how you get yourself killed. Great advice there, Ahuku said. Shinso said. No matter how hard you train, you won't to be able to defeat someone like me. Your quirk isn't a combat type, which is why you failed the hero entrance exam. Whatever your quirk may be, can't help you against an overwhelming force, Ahuku said. There was then an explosion. Deku. You're fucking dead, Bakugo yelled. For instance, what would you do against him, Ahuku asked. Bakugo had gotten his headband back and several others, and now he was rocketing to Ahuku. Ahuku stood still and did nothing. What are you going to do, Shinso asked. Right now. Just wait, Ahuku said. Bakugo was only a few feet away from Izuku when a buzzer sounded. "Time's up," Present Mike announced. Bakugo froze before falling to the ground. "Oh, too bad. Out of time. Better luck next time," Izuku said. "Damn it," Bakugo yelled. "Don't beat yourself. It's only your second failure of the day," Izuku said. Izuku then walked away. In first place, Team Shinso. With an admittedly boring display, Present Mike said. "Doesn't matter to me. I'm moving on to the finals," Shinso said. "Like I promised," Izuku said. In second place, Team Todoroki, Present Mike said. "That was too close for comfort. Izuku really put a wrench in our plan," Momo said. "He did, but why? He could have done nothing, but he interfered." "Why?" Kaminari asked. "Because of me. He doesn't want me to win," Shoto said. "Well, you did challenge him," Tenya said. In third place, Team Bakugo, Present Mike said. Bakugo screamed. "Calm down, man. We're moving on to the final round," Zero said. "It's lucky we did with your recklessness." "Chill out," Mina said. In fourth place is Team Kendo, Present Mike said. "Yes. We did it, girls. High five," Kendo said. The two other girls did so, but Riko just stared off. "Riko? Is something the matter?" Kendo asked. "That boy, he's spooky," Riko said. Kendo looked towards Izuku. "I do have to admit that he does look a little spooky. His eyes and skin make him look so creepy. And those creatures he can summon," Kendo said. "I like them," Riko said. "Or, does our resident ghost girl have a crush?" Kendo asked. Riko just blushed. And since we need 2 more participants for the final event, 2 members from the 5th place team, Team Tetsu, will advance to the final round. These 5 valiant teams will advance on to the final round. Now, let's take an hour lunch break before we start the afternoon festivities. "See ya soon," Present Mike said. The students started to head towards the cafeteria. "Oh man, I wish I could be moving on to the final round like you are," Tenya Eureka said. "I must apologize for not joining your team when you asked," Tenya said. "It's fine. I just wish I could have teamed up with Izuku, but he went with the general course guy. I had to quickly form a team with whoever I could," Eureka said. "Speaking of Izuku, where is he?" Tenya asked. "I don't know," Eureka said. "Over by another entrance to the arena." Shoto had asked Izuku to come with him to talk. "So, what did you want to talk about?" Izuku asked. "During the first 2 events, you showed immense power and placed first in both. The power you have shown, I dare say it's on the same level as All Might, perhaps even above," Shoto said. And Izuku asked. "Midoriya, tell me. Are you the result of a quirk marriage?" Shoto asked. "You think I'm the result of a quirk marriage? Hate to break it to you, but no. My parents' quirks aren't even close to mine." "Why do you ask?" Izuku asked. "My father is Endeavor, the number 2 hero. He aims for the top, but he was never able to best All Might. So he decided to go a different route," Shoto said. "What's a quirk marriage?" Salem asked. "When quirks first started appearing, people wanted more power, so they sought out others to have children who were more powerful. An unethical practice disguised as old-fashioned arranged marriages," Izuku said. "I see," Salem said. "He used his influence and money to arrange a marriage with my mother for her quirk. She had an ice quirk which when combined together could negate the weaknesses of his and her quirk. I refused to be a pawn for my old man. In my memories of my mother, I only saw her crying. She called my left side unbearable before she poured boiling water on my face. Everything I do is to show I don't need his quirk to win," Shoto said. "That's too bad for you then. Because you won't win with only your ice side. All you're going to do with that is ending up at the bottom. defeated and failing to prove your father wrong. You should be using your entire quirk, because some of us aren't so lucky, Izuku said. Izuku began to walk off. If you want to win, use your fire. It'll be more effective than your ice, Izuku said. Izuku then headed to the cafeteria. Why did you tell him about our weakness? Salem asked. Because he's just like me. He's suffered at the hands of other people. Even more so for him because it is his father. He needs to break free and forget about him. Back on Remnant, when you had children, you never harmed them? Izuku asked. No. Only a monster would. I see your point, but remember this can come back to bite you, Salem said. I know, but it's only a weakness to half of my powers, Izuku said. But it's a weakness to me, Salem thought. End of chapter 11.